Hello, welcome to the speech parent meeting. While some of you are veterans and your kids have been in speech for maybe all 4 years, others of you are brand new to the speech world. So we wanted to take a couple minutes not only to introduce ourselves as the coaches, but also to tell you a little bit about what this extracurricular looks like and some of the things coming up in the next few months. First of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Jackie Seidel. I'm the head speech coach here at ADM. This is my 15th year as the speech coach here, and I love everything about the extracurricular that I get to coach every single year, from the different groups to the individuals, and also working with my own children. I have two daughters that will be in the speech program this year. So lots of fun things and exciting things to look forward to.
Hi, my name is Emma Bedard. This is my 5th year coaching speech. I mainly coach freshman teams, so like freshman choral reading or freshman readers theater, as well as some of the varsity level ensembles, musical theater when we have it, and a few other kind of grab bag large groups. I am an English teacher at ADM High School. This is my 5th year teaching as well. I'm really excited this season to just get it started, to get working with our students, and to just produce something really great that we're really proud of.
If you're new to the speech world, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what speech is. Speech is an extracurricular activity that we offer here at ADM. Extracurricular means that our practices are happening before school or after school. Your child should be aware of when their practices are. So if you need to ask them, you can definitely do that. And they'll tell you if they're practicing sometimes one time a week or up to 2 times a week for different categories. Right now, we are just starting our large group season. Our large group season means that students are performing in groups, anywhere from 2 up to 15. And these performances will happen later in our season. Some performances are live when we go to contests. I'll give you those contest dates in just a little bit. Others are pre recorded. So students that maybe have conflicts are able to still participate in speech. Overall, speech's primary goal and vision is that we are helping create strong communicators by helping kids find their voice.
Hello, everyone. I'm super excited for this year's speech season. I'm here to talk to you about two things. One, attendance. Two, grades. So with attendance this year, being present at practices and being available for practices is super important. This is a team sport. This is a team activity. We need each other to be there to make sure that we have a cohesive piece and that all the pieces work together. All of us coaches are going to be tracking attendance over this year, and if we notice that you're not showing up, we might have to remove you off the team. We want to make sure that we have the best people there doing the best job all the time. So please make sure you're showing up, and if you're not, please send us an email so that we know where you're at and we can move things around accordingly. The second thing, grades. Grades are important. Academics come first. Speech is an extracurricular activity. If your grades are not up, you might be removed from the team. If you are failing a class at semester, you are academically ineligible to participate in speech. So please make sure you're checking your grades. Please make sure you're staying on top of it. We don't want you guys to let down your team days before our final performances. So please make sure you're checking your grades. If we can get attendance done and we can get grades good, we should have a great speech season where everybody gets to participate and everybody gets to turn in a really good product. Thanks, guys.
There are a few dates that we want to make sure that you get on your calendar now so that you can be prepared for those contests coming up. The first date we want you to be aware of is January 19th. It's a Thursday. That will be our rehearsal night, our dress rehearsal night. We also call that our community night, where we invite members of the community to come in and see some of our performances. That happens right here at ADM in the auditorium. So we'd love for you to invite people who maybe wouldn't make the trip to some of our contest sites to see your student perform. The next date is January 21st. That is going to be the first round, so districts of large group. We don't know yet where those contests will be held. We find out sometime in December. As soon as I know, I will send that information to you. If your students group receives a 1 rating at districts and continues on to state, that is going to be held on February 4th. State this year is in Waukee, so you can mark that one down that we do know where state is being held. And then if your student is also fortunate to make it to All-State is going to be on February 18th, and that's at Iowa State University. If your kid is also interested in individuals, which I hope they are, individual dates are February 25th. That is districts. That is just like district large group. We don't know where we will be going quite yet, but as soon as I would know those, I will send those out to you. March 11th is state speech for individuals. Now that falls on this first Saturday of spring break. We know that there is the band and choir trip happening this year. So make sure that you check over your spring break plans before you sign up to be a part of the individual speech team. If you are not going anywhere, this is a perfect year to try out some individual speech. And if you make All-State and individuals, that date is March 27th, and All-State for individuals is held at UNI. One other thing that I want to quickly bring to everyone's attention is that one thing that is not considered a conflict is ACTs or the SATs. I'm pretty sure, I didn't check before I started making this video, but I'm pretty sure February 4th is an ACT date. So make sure that that is not one of the dates that you sign up to take the ACTs. Because we can't request specific times due to you taking the ACTs. Now, if you are someone who has a conflict with another school activity, meaning that you have a basketball tournament or a wrestling tournament, those are things that we can ask for specific times to perform.
For contests, there are some special expectations that we have for both students and parents who attend. Speech contests are all about celebrating like our work individually, and so when we go to contests, it's asked that like both students and families attending do not wear any ADM attire. That we just like, and that includes on backpacks, on clothing, etc. So all that ADM gear, even the tiger and things like that, or a paw, are removed. So that way it keeps like the schools anonymous. That way we can like have those contests run really smoothly. For students, the expectation is that they attend with us and ride the bus in the morning to our destination, depending on where that is. We don't know those determined locations yet, but we will soon. And to come dressed up, wearing nice clothing for contests. Depending on what group they're in, they might need to be wearing like costumes or whatever, but they know that, and they'll have their costumes with them. But for everyone else, just wearing nicer clothing is what we prefer and what we ask them to do for contests, especially you're in groups that don't require costuming, so like improv and things like that, to still dress nicely and be presentable. Students are expected to represent ADM High School when they are at contests, and so we want to make sure that they are, treating the building with respect, the people they're meeting with respect, and things like that, since they are representing our school. It is a great day. We encourage students to stay the entire time when they come to contests and go and see other groups. It's a big event. It's a big day. There's lots of schools that come to these different levels, either district or state, and there's lots of important, great work that other schools have done that we encourage our students to go and watch and to experience. So those are some expectations for those contests days. That again, those main things of just making sure that students ride the bus with us in the morning. If they need to leave, they check out with us before they leave. If they leave early from contest, maybe with you. If not, it's expected that students ride the bus, and we highly encourage that students stay for the whole day, unless there's an exception for checking out early. So if you have any questions about contests, feel free to reach out to us and ask. We'll send out more information when we get closer to districts here in the winter, in January here.
One more thing that I want to make sure that everyone's attention is brought to deals with when the semester ends and when our speech contests start. So semester ends typically the week before contest. So it is important to make sure that we are, one, all caught up on our homework, and two, making sure that we do not fail any classes. If you fail a class spring semester, IHSSA, which is the Speech Association's rule, is that you are ineligible for the next 30 days, which would make you ineligible for the entire rest of the speech season. That puts us in a little bit of a bind because a lot of our kids have been practicing since November, and our groups are depending on you to be a part of their group. So please make sure that you are taking care of business and passing all of your classes so that you can participate in speech. Our coaches are going to be keeping up on those things and asking you about those things. If you are struggling in a class, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, and we can get together with the teacher to figure out what we can do to best support you to make sure that you are all ready to participate in speech when contest season comes.
This year, ADM Speech Team has t-shirts, which we're really excited about and our kids are super excited about. There is a link that will be sent with our video that you should be able to find attached to the email. If not, your students might have more information, and I know they have the email themselves, so you can always ask them. Our speech shirts are Stranger Things themed, so they say speech things, and they're in the Stranger Things. If you don't know what that is, that's a TV show, popular TV show recently on Netflix, I think. Yeah. And so it says it looks like the Stranger Things logo, but it says speech things. And it does have the year of our season this year. It does not have ADM identification on it, so it doesn't say ADM High School anywhere. That is so we can wear them to contest. As I mentioned in my last section, we don't wear, ADM stamped clothing when we go to contests. Instead, we just wear normal things that don't have a school affiliation with them. And so we want to make sure our t-shirts were wearable to take to state and districts and be able to wear this season. So if you're interested in buying a shirt, the link is in your student's email as well as attached here somewhere. And they're about $13 a piece. And yeah, feel free to buy one. They're not required, but we do encourage because we like to have our kind of unified whole and kind of celebrate speech as well. So thank you.